Hey everybody, it's Sadie the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play Kindred Spirits on the Roof post-game. In the last episode, we started the Kindred Spirits sort of events by taking care of Sachi's, and in this episode we got Megumi's. Yeah, not really much more preamble or introduction than that, just we got Megumi's, which, you know, I'm looking forward to hers a bit too, kind of seeing her, like, maybe seeing sides to where we don't see too much, like, her more serious side, but, yeah, that being said, I am just, again, mostly curious about how these are going to progress. Not inherently more curious than with anything else, but, yeah. Anyway, let's just dive right in, shall we? You get very worried about that, don't you, Megumi? Regardless. Well, I mean, I guess I guess makes sense that in a way that she would worry. Not for any, like, inherently logical reason, but more of just, like, you know, she sees, like, Sachi in such a way that she feels like she feels like it'd be impossible for someone not to fall for her. But, yeah. I guess you can say it's kind of the bit of the rose-tinted glasses in a way, but, yeah. That's a very interesting line for Megumi. Like, kids these days don't know anything. Like, yeah, she is, like, definitely quite a few years Yuna's senior. After all, she died 30 years prior to the events of this game. So in, like, the 70s or something. Not 70s, it'd be like, yeah, no, it'd be like the 80s or something. It'd probably be like the 80s because, you know, it's like takes place in 2015, 30 years back it's about. I think, would that be? I think, no, that's 75. Wait, what am I talking? It's 1975. What am I talking about? The 80s. But, watch me still be wrong anyway, but regardless. Like, it fits with the fact that, you know, she is, but, you know, she's like, she is quite a bit older than Yuna, but at the same time, it's just like, it's also, like, kind of acts like one of the youngest, honestly. Never have I seen an instance where the game felt the need to censor itself. What the hell happened? No, I already know I don't want the answer to that question. And I know Yuna's mind is probably about ready to explode at this point. Yeah, there's also that to consider too. She was with a guy, and I imagine lovemaking is quite different depending on the combination. Guy, girl, 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 guy, guy, and all the shit in between. Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's like you only got one first time. If you screw it up, you'll never get another. It's just like it's kind of funny because in a way, Yuna and Hina, I guess, technically had two first times. I guess you could say. I mean, when they did the full body possession. I mean, when Sachi and Megumi did the full body possession, they like looked like their own actual forms, but. Still technically Yuna and Hina's bodies. I'm not gonna think about that too hard. It was like I think even Yuna like says something about that in the epilogue. Like how many times can you say you've had multiple first times? But yeah. And on that kind of creepy note, kind of nice place to end, says sarcastically, but yeah. Totally not unsettling at all, anyway. Oh, shit. Is this the first time a day's gotten really piled up like this? 4 events in one instance? I think so. And oh, home cooking. Maybe that's what this was. Maybe that's what this was referencing. Sachi's events. Whatever. I guess maybe that's what it's trying to do. Kind of find it weird that they just put it here then. Kind of find it weird that they just like, you know, like didn't make this an event that you can only see after you've done certain things. Like, what prompts it that an event for one character only pops up after completing another character's? Oh, whatever. I guess we saw a similar thing with Maki referencing something that you only really saw in Adi's event. Anyway. You know, the last time we were in this exact scenario, it was that episode of Kindred Spirits on the Roof. It was that episode of Kindred Spirits on the Roof where I forgot what I think I just outright called it a selfish request because it was Megumi asking Yuna like if they can like about talking to Megumi talking to Yuna about how like she should just accept Hina's feelings, and then like again that episode sticks out to me because of how much I'm thinking about the logic of the game of like, you know, we have no guarantee of even if these guys have their first time it will work out. But yeah, the scenario looks like the exact same. It's even like sun setting too. Hopefully you guys know hopefully you guys remember what I'm talking about. I can't remember what episode number that is, but I think it's just called the selfish requests in reference to something Megumi actually says, like how she's kind of aware of how the request she's asking is selfish. But anyway, but I guess she did say last episode when she did the home cooked thing for Sachi, where it was like She said she hadn't cooked in a long time, but well, I guess she does kind of have like an interest in cooking, or at least sort of a passion for it, or at least just did it as a hobby, I guess. Fantasizing's free after all. That's actually a really nice scene for Megumi, if only because, well, it actually shows that she actually kind of, like, not only that she has some things in common with Yuna, but that, you know, they kind of have, like, I guess something that, like they can bond over, but they also have that sense of understanding how, Megumi has these things like Yuna has the face as if she's saying this, and then yeah, it kind of shows that there's a bit of understanding there, I guess. Anyway, worry. Wonder what this is gonna be about. There's that little nice detail again that they actually, something in Sachi's episode, how if there's another character in the room who normally can't see them, they kind of take on this translucent effect. I think it's cool. I think this is kind of an interesting parallel to that scene Sachi has, because the scene Sachi has, it's with Miki, and she's talking about how and Sachi talks about how she sees a lot of herself in Miki, or how they're like very similar. And with Megumi, it's kind of the same thing here with Sono. So it's interesting. It's also kind of a sense of like, while not really interacting with the other characters, seeing what the kindred spirits like kind of think about these characters. Just so yeah, it's pretty interesting. Guess it's something she's been sticking to. Guess it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. This Megumi just put it fitting. Next event. Idiots in love. Let's see. Wait, has the confession concert happened yet? I don't think it has. Yeah, no, it hadn't happened yet, but I don't know. When I see idiots in love, I just think back to Koba. Anyway, Megumi. Oh, it's another Koba Megumi thing, actually. I guess the title still makes sense. It is still kind of centered around Koba, I guess, or not centered around her, maybe, but yeah. She's so straightforward and earnest that something is just weird about her. Yoka is a fun character. I do like Yoka. Like, I know I call her an idiot. I know I call her an idiot from time to time, and by that I mean a lot. But still, she's still a pretty fun and interesting character. Your senpai and big, stupid, and in love. Wait, that last thing she said kind of sounded like she was responding to Megumi. Yeah, exactly. It sounded like she was replying. I mean, this kind of happened with Sono too, but you know, she was also kind of half asleep, and you know, Megumi says it happens from time to time. Well, I know. Well, in that scene with Sono, Megumi said she was holding her hand, and in the scene just now, I think she said she slapped her on the back, but well, nothing said she kept her hand on her back, but yeah, maybe they're a little more like maybe the other girls are a little more aware of their presence than we think. They're probably not fully aware, but still. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, this is kind of a nice moment. You see that she's out there kind of being considerate, but so Megumi's even finding it herself. Just in shock at this moment. Anyway. Oh wait, there is some. Okay, this is actually very fitting. Where Milestone was, Onigiri also is. I was about to say, I was a little shocked with like, wait, there is something here? I was just checking just to check. But, yeah, Onigiri. This is also like, not only is it a neat parallel to Sachi's event, but it's a neat kind of continuation of, you know, Megumi's earlier event. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that was a few months back actually. Well, a few in-game months back, so. Wait, it feels like she sees right through me. It kind of pisses me off. Hey, you guys are closer than you think. Oh yeah, well, that's going on at the same time too. So yeah, I guess she appreciates the distraction in that case. Okay, yeah, these are very nice moments, like these whole Yuna and Megumi moments, cause yeah, they didn't always seem to like get along too well. They pretty much they were good friends in a way and kind of had an understanding of each other by the end of it, but you know they didn't always express that in the easiest way possible. Anyway, Yuna, extra Umi event. And extra Maki event. We're really getting there. We're really almost done with we're pretty much almost done with this series. We got pretty much 2 official events left. Then we got cleanup and then we're done. I don't know how long cleanup's gonna be or if anything else is added after the cleanup of all these events, but I'm pretty sure we're getting there. That being said, of course I'm going to end things off here. And, yeah, not even really going to hide it, really. Next time on Kindred Spirits on the Roof, I almost said kiss for the petals there, we're going to be doing Hina's events. See you guys then.